always felt like he was kind of waiting for me to do something wrong so that he can get on my case about it. He seemed nice at first, and then after that, something about him seemed kind of strange. Like he was being nice, but his kindness was kind of fake. So that's what I had trouble with. So I always felt like whenever he talked to me, he was kind of looking for me to say something or do something wrong. So I never liked talking to him. I wish I had my own English classroom at that school. I don't. All of my materials are in the library room. But I wish I had my own classroom, because if I did, I'd be there the whole time, instead of, sitting at my desk about 5 feet away from him, waiting for him to ask me yet another stupid question. I usually spend most of my time in the library room just so I don't have to talk to him, because every single week he's like, "Oh, is everything okay? Are your classes okay? Is there anything you're worried about? Blah blah." Every single time I tell him, "No, there's nothing I have trouble doing." He asked me things like about shopping, grocery shopping, that kind of thing. And he knew from the beginning, when I told him that I had lived in Tokyo for a year, I know how to do grocery shopping. I have no trouble with that kind of stuff. The only trouble I do have is with him, because he gets on my nerves. And so, like I said, I just feel like he was getting on my case and he was waiting for me to do something wrong. So when I ended up leaving, he kind of took that chance to lecture me about it. I'm thinking, okay, I'm still new here. I know it's been 2 months, but this is only my second meeting where I've had to leave before the end of it. So, you know that I'm new, so why is it that you don't tell me these things in advance? I'm not perfect. I, can make mistakes. Why can't you tell me beforehand to save me from making the mistake, instead of just waiting for me to do it so you can scold me about it? That's one of the things that I don't like. I mean, if there's anything that I do not like about my job, it's the fact that no one really tells me what's going on. Like, everyone just kind of goes along their way, and no one ever tells me what's going on, what I have to do, what it's okay for me not to do, what I'm included in, what I'm excluded from. They don't tell me any of those things until at that moment. Just like at the sports festival, when they told me at the last minute, the stuff that I was supposed to be helping with at the sports festival, the fact that I was participating in a race at the sports festival. They told me all of that at the last minute. They didn't tell me beforehand or explain explicitly that there was something that I had to do or that I didn't have to do. That's one of the things I really, really, really hate about my job, and it makes me very angry. But, when that happens, I always remind myself that, I'm not here for the teachers. I'm not here for anybody except for the kids. Just for the kids. I'm just going to have to put up with the staff members that I don't like, but I'm not here for them. I'm here for the kids. So next time, and that's the other thing, I don't even know if he wants me to tell him in advance that I'm leaving early so that I can leave without saying anything, or if he wants me to just interrupt the meeting to say, "Oh, otsukaresama desu, osaki ni shitsurei." It's like, okay, am I just supposed to interrupt the meeting? That's the problem. That's why I don't say anything before I leave the meeting, because I don't want to disrupt, everybody, while somebody's talking, just disrupt everyone and say, "Oh, I'm leaving." It's like, okay, that I get off work at 4 every single day that I'm there, so why do you complain? Why do you complain when I leave? Because I'm supposed to be leaving. So what's the problem? That's what really, really gets on my nerves. Not only that, but, the first time when the vice principal said, "Oh, do you have a meeting?" I'm thinking, okay, no, I don't have a meeting. Okay, if you're going to lecture me about not saying anything when I leave, why did you ask me whether I have a meeting? Because it doesn't matter. I didn't say anything before I left. Just focus on that. Don't ask, "Oh, do you have a meeting?" It's like, okay, if I had a meeting, I probably would have told you in advance. Okay? Like, it probably would have been on the calendar. I would have let you know. So why are you asking me if I have a meeting? Just if you're if you're gonna lecture me about, whether I should tell you that I'm leaving at the time that I always do, then just tell me that. Don't, beat around the bush. Sorry. But anyway, yeah, that's one of the things that really, really, really gets on my nerves. If you're watching this, thank you for hearing me out, even though I sounded very angry. But I just had to kind of let that out, and I guess just to let you know that there are things that bother even me. I can say that as much as I've studied Japanese culture and as much as I've been around Japanese people, there are things that I still don't know, and there are things that still bother me. So I just wanted to show you that, even I have issues too. So anyway, that's it for now. Bye.